So we're looking at a New Yorker boiler, and the problem today with this system is there's no heat on the first floor or the second floor. They do have heat in the basement, but there's no heat on the first or second. So anyway, I've since rectified that problem. But what's taken place, what I'm just going to mention a few things here before I show you exactly what I did. If for some reason your burner does not start, come down, you can press the reset once, and that may get you heat until your service tech gets there, because there is a problem that why your burner didn't start. But you do not want to press this numerous times and it not starting. What happens each time, it sprays oil into the chamber, and you can end up with serious trouble when it ignites. A friend of mine who's been in the business for over 40 years has had some pretty scary experiences, and mentioned the homeowner, how many times did you reset it? Oh, I only touched it once. He looks inside and there's a good pool of oil inside the chamber. So just once, and it's going to save everybody headaches. So what's taking place here, the pressure on this system was around 2 pounds, very low, and that was enough pressure to put the water, to push the water up into the first floor. From the top of this boiler to the first floor, the baseboard is roughly 6 feet. Now 1 pound of water pushes, or 1 pound of pressure pushes water 2.3 feet, you could say 2.5 feet. So in order to get to that first floor, you're going to need at least 3 pounds. And you're going to need a little bit more than that. But 3 pounds will get the water there. And to go to the next floor, it's another 9 feet higher. You're looking at about 7 pounds. So when I came here, say there was only a few pounds of pressure. And this is just a quick in and out. Feed water valve, which is on an angle. I'm not exactly sure why it's on a 45, but anyway, it is doing the job. So the first thing I did was take this lever, and I've mentioned this a few times. You take the lever and just lift straight up on it, or you can gradually bring it up. But as you do that, check the gauge from time to time. This will bring the pressure up in the system. Now, the feed water valve drops the pressure down to, reduces the street pressure down to 12 pounds. But what happens over time, sediment in that ends up plugging the inside of it, and it doesn't maintain the pressure. And the water blends with the expansion tank, the air in the expansion tank, and the pressure drops down. So you're just, to get away from not having to replace this immediately, you can simply take the lever, like I say, lift it up, check your pressure on the Tradicator, and once it comes to roughly 12, 13, 14 pounds in that area, you're good to go. When the boiler fired up, the pressure went up to about, I think it's around 18 pounds or so. You can see in the bottom of the gauge here, it's this boiler set. It's 120 or 160, 180. That's what the Aquastat is set at. Another thing to keep in mind, your expansion tank has to be drained every year. On this tank itself, there's a drain there, and it allows air to go into the tank. So if you were to put a hose on the drain of your tank and you got half a gallon of water, there's a problem. Air has to go into the tank in order to drain it properly. You should get numerous gallons of water out of it. The first thing you're going to do is close the valve going to the tank, and you'll put a hose on the drain, and either there's another sediment faucet on there, or on some drains they had a small screw, that here, a set screw for example, and you dial it out, and it allows air to go up into the tank itself. Other tanks, older style tanks, on the ends would have a place that you would take a screwdriver and open it just to allow air to go into your tank. But your tank should be drained every year. Without that tank being there, your boiler would continuously blow off. As water's heated, it expands, and it has to have a place to expand, and that is the reason for the expansion tank. Anyway, I'm all set here right now, and I'm on the road. Hope everyone's having a great day. Thanks for watching.